and cyberbullying should be treated more seriously.
We keep children away from cigarettes because of the harm, and we keep them away from weapons, and yet in this realm we have left them to the wolves.
The uptick in teen suicides and depression, I think it's directly related to social media.
The grim reality is that social media is a mirror into who we really are. The hatred reflects how hurt and angry people are.
It's so sad to see that, constantly having these things shoved in your face, like workout routines, what I eat in a day, skinny people doing these dances, conventionally attractive people. You have all of this content shoved at your face. And that's the thing is, when you're on TikTok, you are consuming such high volumes of content because the app is addictive, and because of the nature of it, you're just swiping, you're watching, you can't curate it. Everything is at a more extreme level. So I just think for teenagers especially, or young people who have lower confidence and lower self-esteem, this is extremely harmful and damaging.
It's like that satire song by John LaJoie. Wealthy men hired me to sing this song that they wrote for me. Like, I always laugh when girls say, you know, the reason why I love Justin Bieber is not because of his looks, it's because of his music. Now, even though the Biebs doesn't write his music either, at least with musicians, you could make the argument that it's about their music. But with good old TikTok, I think it's pretty suffice to say that it's not exactly the music that they're watching this for. It's the pretty face on camera. That's what it's about. In fact, there's this one e-boy called Anthony Reeves, and he made a YouTube channel with one video. It has about 10 seconds of dialogue, and then it's just him staring into the camera, looking what I guess a 14-year-old girl considers attractive. The video has over 500,000 views, and he has over 150,000 subscribers as a result of one video.
Teens use it because they want clout, and you don't have to do much to get it. It's not like you have to build a whole YouTube channel or make these meaningful, long videos. You don't have to say much, you don't have to do much. You could just pretty much hop on a trend, look pretty, show up on a For You page, and boom, you're famous. Most of the stuff that pops up on your For You page are sound bits that have gone viral with certain trends that everybody is hopping on and doing. And the reality of it is that two people could do the same exact trend, and one will blow up because they are considered or deemed more attractive than the other one.
We're so conditioned to want to be seen that some will do anything to get it. Define success for yourself. If the internet disappeared, who would you be? The Invisible Corset by Lauren Geertsen is about recognizing mind control and cult-like thinking, particularly when it comes to beauty standard beliefs. She states that when you start recognizing the mind control at play within the beauty industry, you'll be able to see the same techniques used by other people, institutions, and aspects of society. It's like learning the secret language of toxic societal forces. You can't be controlled by it anymore.
Success is not defined by how conventionally attractive you are, how rich you are, or how many followers you have. The number of followers someone has on social media are in no way guaranteed to be real. Fake followers make people appear more popular than they really are.
And they're not just used on social media. For a few dollars, you can buy fake bidders on your listings on eBay. You can pay for fake song downloads on music websites, fake sales of books, and fake reviews of movies. You can pick if your bots are male or female, American or Chinese, liberal or conservative. And right now, there are hundreds of millions of them blending in online, and most people can't tell them apart from you and me.
The same kids who grew up criticizing people like Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton, who are famous for doing nothing, are the same ones who do nothing and want to be famous for doing nothing.
The things that Little Tay was doing were wild for a 9-year-old, and some people were already thinking that maybe she was being forced to act in such a way. In one of her videos, Little Tay is showing off a red Mercedes car, which turned out to belong to her mother's boss and was used without his consent. When this information came to the surface, so did the fact that the houses that the girl showed off in her videos were in fact on the market for sale, because Tay's mother used to be a real estate agent. Her boss himself explains that in a video. This forced Tay's mother to quit her job.
None of this was real. It was all made up for fame.
Yeah, they think you're famous, and then they think, that's what I want to be when I grow up.
Reality TV was anything but reality. Instead, it promotes inappropriate behavior. Adults acting like children was a big one. A 2008 show called Battle of the Bods emphasized the fact that looks are the only thing that matter.
Hello, I'm Olivia Lee, and welcome to Battle of the Bods. I'm about to introduce you to 5 glorious gals who are ready to get ranking.
Being focused on money and materialism as well. The reality quote-unquote shows even featured dating like a wild competition. These shows were about breaking down norms regarding relationships with others as well as yourself. Once something is permissible, it's impossible to make it taboo again. Children's shows' main plots usually revolved around boyfriends or girlfriends, kissing, dating, breakups, and other superficial topics, with the laugh track played at strategic times to clue in the viewers what behavior is acceptable.
Are you a magician? No, actually, I think magicians are so hot. Pick a color.
There's DW. She's talking to herself again. I should be able to plant a kiss on one of them. I used to think that in order. Maybe she wants to kiss us. Maybe someone dared her to.
One actress from the Nickelodeon show Zoe 101 posted on her Instagram, quote, "That one time I was taught by a network studio to be boy crazy at 12 years old. Ladies, don't be boy crazy. Instead, be you crazy and build your own empire. Kids networks need to stop sexualizing children. It's creepy." The difference between then and now is that you aren't going to find Daisy De La Hoya on Disney Channel or The Girls Next Door on Nickelodeon.
Welcome to the Playboy Mansion.
Social media has obliterated those lines. Adult content is everywhere and forcefully promoted with algorithms on Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok, amongst others. Not to mention the violence or the more graphic videos and images that younger and younger people are exposed to every day. As a result, younger and younger people are growing up way too fast. Indian actress Riva Arora is just 11 years old and has 2.6 million followers and posts pictures like this. The most dangerous unregulated drug that no one warns young people about is called social media. It's designed to be addictive, and it introduces young people to inappropriate content at an alarming rate. Hollywood in the 1930s was met with complaints from conservative groups who wanted to stop a trend they saw as glorifying sex and violence in films. Movies began to be edited and censored as early as 1934. The industry responded by producing a different kind of star.
Who's a little more innocent. In 1934, at the tender age of 5, Shirley Temple sings and dances her way into Americans' hearts.
Exoterically, or on the surface layer, this Hegelian dialectic seemed favorable, exchanging adult content for child actors. But as we've seen and will look into further in this series, the systemic culture of pedophilia in Hollywood was a strategic move and anything but innocent. Selling or promoting sexualized content is nothing new. Access to it has never been easier or more popular. The sexualization of children is also nothing new.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Like this 1975 ad, for example, that tries to make the model look as young as possible.
With the innocent scent of a cuddly, clean baby.
There's also a trend of very young adults who make themselves look even younger and profit off of it. Selling half-clothed images as a means to make money is very common these days. Content creators often link their Amazon wish lists, and if their followers buy them what they want, they will post photos wearing the items.
Let's talk about OnlyFans.
Instagram, but for porn.
OnlyFans has definitely enabled us to call the shots. Anyone can come in from the ground floor and start making money.
OnlyFans, selling sexy, exclusively on Hulu.
A disturbing trend involves young content creators making OnlyFans accounts on their 18th birthdays, completely unaware of the full consequences. This trend suggests everyone with money issues should just sell their body as a solution. According to Alex Hawkins, vice president of X Hamster, Gen Z and young millennials are disproportionately willing to pay for adult content compared to previous generations, especially if the star of the video is also the one creating it. One example of this is the user that goes by Belle Delphine, who became a meme for making this face, a common trope in Japanese adult comics, and a bunch of other not safe for work posts, as well as selling her bathwater.
It was reported that adult model Belle Delphine is making over $1 million a month by selling her used bathwater, which is crazy because it doesn't taste that good.
What I want to highlight here is the trendy imitation factor, or the Belle Delphine effect. Characters like Belle normalize and glamorize shocking content that is meant to be taken as a joke, but pushing the envelope is the only way to get noticed in a world saturated with content. When a content creator finds a formula that garners them attention, there will be copycats.
Virtual influencers are also a popular trend. These are not people. They are CGI, and now even AIs have the ability to steer and control the masses. In the early 2000s, before social media and apps, message boards were how information was passed around, and there were some message boards with allegations about Dan Schneider being a predator, which have turned out to be true. Lisa Lillian, Hungry Girl, is married to Dan Schneider.
Now you started out the same way I did. I understand that you started out at like the Laugh Factory. Are you a stand-up comedian?
Yeah, well, my dad saw like an article that, kids could do a comedy camp at the Laugh Factory.
Right.
So it was like for 6 weeks or something, like Arsenio Hall came on and he would like critique your act.
Right.
And Richard Pryor came on. So it was really cool. And then there was like a graduation night, and that's where the producers of the show, like Brian Robbins and Dan Schneider came on the show, and they saw me there. So
And that was it. You just got discovered right off of the comedy camp.
Yeah.
Schneider is believed to have taken advantage of numerous child actors, such as Jeanette McCurdy, Ariana Grande, Amanda Bynes, and Jamie Lynn Spears. Viacom paid for Schneider's lawyers, paid off agents and parents, and paid for non-disclosure agreements. Nickelodeon, Disney, and Viacom are all complicit in the systematic abuse over 2 decades. Schneider knows exactly how to manipulate people according to the statements made by some of his victims. Harvey Weinstein is another example of this. These are not isolated incidents. In Hollywood, this is the culture.
Lindsay is 8 years old. She's ready for the beach, and she's old enough to know that, you see, she's got her cooler, and she knows that she needs to drink plenty of liquids on the beach, that the sarong can take you from pool party now right into the pool.
Hey, Lindsay, wrap it up, will you, kid?
Children are groomed from a young age to imitate and idolize these change agents who appear relatable. Over time, these change agents display sexualized behavior, and the children, who are now teens, more readily accept the new agenda being pushed. They don't see these stars as being sexualized. They see the independence and control aspect they seem to have over their lives. Nothing could be further from the truth, though. They're being manipulated because they are too young when they are initially become attached to these stars, so they don't grasp the overall implications. Your sense of self is still developing, and consuming this type of media entangles itself into your personality.
It's almost impossible for children to escape this type of idol worship.
When Ariana Grande said God is a woman, I feel like she was talking about Beyonce.
Children's shows seem innocent to the blind, but beneath the facade is the subtle but steady progression of the transgenerational malevolent agenda. After years of propaganda, your foundation is steered the way they